Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Coding Cure. So today we are going to create a real-time project setup from scratch, and in this video I'll explain how the CI/CD pipeline work in AWS cloud environment, and this is a step-by-step guide perfect for developers who want to understand how the application is building and deployed in cloud environment or production. So mainly we are creating the application in our local, and we are set up all these things are in our local, right? So but thing is, when the day by day you will become more experienced, so the interviewer will ask how your CI/CD pipeline is working, or how your project is deployed in production environment or in any cloud environment. So these things every developer should know. So that's why I created this video. So let's get started without delay. So first of all, I have already created one project. This is a simple project. We are not focusing on project. We are focusing on set up the things in cloud environment. Okay. So this is a e-commerce service. So this is a product controller. In the product controller class, I have two endpoints. One is add product. One is get all product. So this add product endpoint will add the product information, and when you will call this get all products, then it will fetch all the products. Okay, and this is my application.yaml file, and yeah, this is my JDBC connection. So let's run this application. Okay, there is some error. It's saying unknown database product. Okay, so we have mentioned the product as a database, but we have not created the database as product. Let's create the database. So go to MySQL Workbench. Here you can create this one, new schema product. Okay, apply, close. Now rerun the application. Yes, my application has Tomcat started as 8080. Now question is, I have set up MySQL in my local, which is running on 3306, and my application is also running in my local host 8080 embedded Tomcat. But my question is, how we can run my application into AWS environment or any cloud environment, like you can use Azure, or you can use Google Cloud, anything. Okay, so now we'll use AWS for running our application. So we have to make it as automate job. Like automate is nothing but CI/CD, CI continuous integration and continuous development. So whenever we will push our code into our GitHub, then automatically it will be built, and automatically it will create the jar file, and it will run in AWS. So how this will be happen, I'll show you. Okay. So first of all, what we will do, I'll show you how CI/CD pipeline is working. So in uh, so I have a site codingcure.co.in. So this is my official site. If you'll go here in interview question and click on CI/CD with ECR, okay, when you'll click on this, this is the picture like how our CI/CD pipeline is working. Okay, so write code means we are writing our code in our local. We have already done this one. We have already done. Now once we'll write the code, we'll push our code into the GitHub repository. Okay, we'll see how we'll create the GitHub repository and how we'll push our code. All these things I will tell you, but let me explain this flow first. Okay, so first of all, we are writing our code in our local, and we are pushing our code into our GitHub repository. Then in GitHub repository, I'll create one GitHub action. So there are two jobs will trigger. One is build job, one is deploy job. So in build job, what will be happen? First of all, we are check out the source code. Like our source code is available inside Git repository, right? So this GitHub action, what it will do? It will read or check out the source code and set up the JDK. Like I'm using JDK 8 or 17 or 21, whatever. It will set up JDK. Then it will do Maven build, and it is integrating also Sonar cloud scan and report generate. Like we are using the Sonar cloud because of code quality or report generation, code coverage, all these things. So In real-time project, we are mainly using this Sonar Cloud. Okay, once the build job will successful, then in deploy job, what will be happen? First of all, we are connecting to AWS. Okay, once we will connected to AWS, we are logging into Amazon ECR. Why? Because in this job we'll create Docker image. Okay, we'll create Docker image. So mainly, once we'll create the Docker image, we are pushing the Docker image to Docker Hub, right? But instead of pushing the Docker Hub, we are using Amazon ECR. ECR is nothing but Elastic Container Registry. Here also we can keep our Docker image. Okay, then once we'll log into ECR, we'll build the Docker image and push the Docker image to this Amazon ECR. Now, once the Docker image pushed successfully, I'll connect to EC2 instance. Then I'll read the Docker image from the ECR and deploy into EC2 and run my application. So this is how our CI/CD pipeline is working. So whenever we are writing the code in our local and doing git push on, once the git push will be happen into this git repository, this job or this GitHub action automatically do all these things. So this is nothing but CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so let's see how we can set up all these things and how we can create a real-time project setup. So after this video, definitely we will understand the complete flow of a project. So please keep watching till last. Okay, let's get started. The first step is writing the code. We have already done. The next step is we'll push our code into GitHub repository. But before pushing the code, make sure you have the GitHub account. So I am logging into my GitHub account. Okay, GitHub account, and go to home. Okay, create a new repository. The repository name I can give the same name, like whatever here I have given this e-commerce service. I just copy this one and paste it. So no need to create this readme file, all these things. Create repository. Now this gives set of commands. So we can run this command and we can connect our application to this repository. So first of all, we'll run this git init command. Init is nothing but initialization. So I'll go to this particular location. Okay, so documents, coding here, e-commerce service. Here I'll open my terminal. Okay, and run this git init command. Okay, now it connected to our GitHub repository. Now I'll just check git status. So here all these files is red. Red means it is still on staging area. So first of all, I'll moving to staging area. How? Git add dot. So if we'll do git status, now it's green. That means it is staging area now. Now I'll do commit. Git commit hyphen m added new project files. Okay, enter. Now once I'll commit this one, I'll push to my code to this repository, right? So I'll use this one GitHub branch main. So it will go to this main branch. Okay, now I'll run this one git remote add origin. Okay, e-commerce service git. Now I'll execute this push command. When we'll do git push origin, so our code will be pushed into the remote main branch. Okay, enter. Okay, go to here, just refresh it. Okay, now my code is available here. So inside main branch, all this code is there. Now I'll go to this picture here. These steps done. Now what I'll do, I'll create one GitHub action. So why I will create this GitHub action? So when I will push my code into this repository, okay, or main branch, so all these steps will happen automatically. That's why I'll create the GitHub action. So how will create the GitHub action? So go to here in e-commerce service project, and here action tab is there. Click on this action tab, then create a setup workflow yourself. So when you will create this one, see one main.yaml file is creating under .github/workflows/main.yaml. Okay, we can write the code here. Instead of writing the code, I'll write the code in my IntelliJ IDEA. So but the location is this one. Under the project, I'll create .github folder, then workflows folder, then one YML file. Okay, here I'll create one directory dot github. Okay, dot github. Now under github workflows. Okay, directory workflows. Okay, now I'll create YAML file. I can give any name, like suppose deploy.yaml file. Okay, deploy.yaml file. So in this YAML file, I'll write the code. Which code I have to write? We have to write the code to automate this job, build job or deploy job. So when I'll push my code into GitHub repository, this GitHub action will trigger. So when this GitHub action will run, it will look this file. Okay, this deploy.yaml file. Then based on the code, it will execute all these things. So first of all, what we will do? Check out the source code, then set up JDK. So how we can check out the source code and set up JDK? So go to your workflow file. Here you can search like Maven build. Okay, search. There are so many things will come. Suppose Java with Maven came. Just click on configure. Okay, it will give the code. You can copy this code and you can rearrange based on your requirement. Okay, I just copy this code. I'll copy till this one. Just copy it and paste it here. So this is my Java with Java CI CD with Docker. Okay. Now when I'll push my code into main branch, then this job will trigger. Then I have to mention on push of branches main. Okay, this one not required. So for now only I have one branch, so I am mentioning only main branch. Now jobs build this run on Ubuntu latest. So this GitHub action will run on this machine. Okay, and this machine, first of all, what it will do? It will check out my source code. Means it will read our code from GitHub repository. So that's why it uses this action, checkout @v4. So we can do one thing. I'll give the name of this one. Okay. So this is checkout source code. Okay, this uses the first step is check out my source code. How it will check out? By using this action, checkout action. Okay, now the second step is set up JDK 17. So here when I'll set up the JDK 17, I will use like Java 17. Okay, and distribution Temurin. So what is Temurin? Temurin is nothing but a open JDK which is provided by Eclipse. So I am using this one, and cache this one not required. Okay, I am just deleting this one. So when it will set up the JDK, it will use Java 17 version and the distribution is Temurin. Okay, now it is not required. Now I am removing this part. Okay, now my CI/CD pipeline is ready. I'll push my code into repository again. So before that, actually in real time project, what will be happen? Whenever you will get the task, okay, in every sprint you are getting some task, right? So based on the task, you have to create one separate branch, like feature branch, okay, or if you are doing some fixing the bug, then fixing branch. So there are different branches there, like release branch. So you have to create your own feature branch, then you will push your code into your feature branch. Okay, so here we have only one branch called main branch. What I am doing, I'll create one more branch here. Create new branch. This is feature slash, let's say this is dev branch. Okay, create new branch. Now I'll go to the terminal, just git pull. Okay, now feature branch came. Then now I am on which branch? I am on main branch. Okay, I'll switch to feature branch. How I'll switch? Git checkout, okay, feature slash dev, enter. Okay, if you'll go here, now feature slash dev has selected. Okay, now I'll push my code to this feature branch. Okay, so here first of all git add dot, okay, then git commit hyphen m, okay, configure ci cd code. Okay, enter. Now git push. So no need to mention the origin because the selected branch is feature slash dev. So when you will do git push, it will go to this branch. Okay, so enter. So here in code, if we'll go to your feature branch, now one commit ahead of main. Now what will be happen in real time? So you are working on your feature branch. Okay, and once your code will be completed, you have to create pull request. That is nothing but PR request. PR is nothing but pull request. Why this pull request needed? Because our code is available in our branch, but I want to merge this one into main branch, right? So to merge our code into main branch, we have to do the pull request. Okay, just click on compare and pull request. Okay, create pull request. Now in your company, like different team member is there or your client will be there. So when you will do create pull request, here assignee is no one is there, but in real time here some name came, like who will review your code. Okay, that person name will come here. So once that person is maybe your team leader or maybe your manager or on-site developer. Okay, so once they will give the approve, then this merge pull request button will be enabled. Okay, for now I am a single developer now, so no one is assignee. So I am just merging the pull request, confirm merge. Okay, once the merge successful, go to the action. See here one pipeline run. Just click on this and build is success. So if you click on this one, first see setup job checkout source code. Okay, this one we have configure here checkout source code. Now once the checkout source code, setup JDK 17. Okay, this one setup JDK 17. So this is the primary steps we completed. Okay, go to our picture. Now we'll complete checkout source code, then setup JDK. Now the thing is Maven build and test and Sonar cloud scan. So before Maven build, I will integrate the Sonar cloud. So why we need the Sonar cloud? Because when we will integrate Sonar cloud in our application, it will check the code quality. Code quality means like is there any vulnerability is there in your code or any duplication is there or not. So it will give all this report, and also it will give like test case report also, how many test case coverage you have done. And suppose I need 80% test case, at most 80% at least. Okay, so it will check, oh 60% is there, need to write the 20% coverage. All these things it will give. Okay, so how we can integrate this one? We have to add one Maven plugin. And one more thing, we have to add the JaCoCo. So why we need to integrate the JaCoCo, and what is JaCoCo? JaCoCo is nothing but, so here JaCoCo is a code coverage library for Java. Like once we will integrate this JaCoCo in our local also, we can check how many test case coverage has done. Okay, and this is like it will generate the report in HTML or XML or CSV. Okay, so like we have to write more and more test case. Okay, so if you will write your test case, once you will push your code, then this Sonar cloud build will be start. But before Sonar cloud build, how we can check or how we can ensure like how much test coverage has done or not, how much test coverage is there, like 60% or 50%, how we can check by using this JaCoCo. Okay, so we have to add two Maven plugin. One is for JaCoCo and one is for SonarQube Maven plugin. Okay, so first of all, we'll add this dependency. Okay, JaCoCo Maven plugin. So I'll go to my pom.xml. Okay, here I can add. Then I'll add two plugin. Okay, one is for, this is for JaCoCo, this plugin section, this is for JaCoCo, and one more plugin I have to add for Sonar Cloud. Okay, so just refresh it. So here, check this code. I use this JaCoCo Maven plugin, and there is two execution is there. Okay, and this execution goal is prepare agent. That is nothing but like it will run before the report goal. Like before creating the report, first it will preparing the agent. Okay, once it will successful, then it will run your test then it will run, then it will generate the report. Once the report will generate, it will create a HTML file. Okay, so here Maven is there, just do clean compile. Okay, clean install. Yeah, build is success. Once the build will success, this report, okay, this JaCoCo will create one report. So if you'll go to your target folder and cite this index.html, CSV, a different XML file is there. So I'll just opening this index.html. Okay, see here you can see how much percentage is there, like how much percentage we need to cover to write the test case. Only 15% is done. Okay, so in this way we can integrate our JaCoCo. Now we have also integrated the what, Sonar Cloud. But thing is, this is a cloud, right? So first of all, go to the Sonar Cloud. So this is the link. So create, so click on login. So when we will do login, please log in as a GitHub so that your Sonar Cloud will scan your repository. Okay, click on GitHub. Okay, I have only one services here. I'll add my e-commerce service. How I will add? Click on this plus icon and analyze new project. Then here organize on this one. Here it will come. See, this is our project. Okay, click on this one and set up. Now create project. See, here it's completed. Here it's saying one security vulnerability is there. If we'll click on this one, it will show where the problem is happen. See, this is revoke and change the password. Okay, I have used the password as password. So actually we should not use like this one. The password related thing we have to keep in secret store. Okay, so this is the vulnerability he is saying. And any other? Okay, one open issue is there, 3 maintainability issue is there, so, and there is no code coverage is there, everything, sorry, there is no code duplication is there. Okay, all these things it will show here. Now when this will build, when we will push our code into our GitHub repository main branch, when this GitHub action pipeline will trigger, then here build job will start. Okay, so I'll show you how it is working. Okay, but here we have to write the code, right? Here you have written the code only for check out the source code and set up JDK, but we have to connect our Sonar Cloud like this one. Okay, so how we can connect to this Sonar Cloud? So there is some property is there. Just go to my CI/CD pipeline and yes, this one. this property we need to add. Okay, I'm just copy this one and paste it in form.xml file properties section. Okay, here I'm using JaCoCo version this one and sonar.project key, organization key, host and binary file. So what is this one? We can configure this all these things in here deploy.yaml file also, but not recommended because uh, project key, organization, host mainly we are configure in form.xml, and to connect Sonar cloud we need password, right? So password we need to configure in deploy.yaml file. Okay, so we should not hard coded here the password. Now the question is where we'll get this project key, organization and host URL. Okay, so go to here. I'm just removing this project key. Okay, organization. So go to your Sonar cloud. Here click on your e-commerce service and click on information. Okay, here project key and organization key is there. Just copy this project key and paste it here. Copy this organization key and paste it here. Host URL is same only, sonarcloud.io, this one, sonarcloud.io. Now I have given project key, organization key and URL to connect to my Sonar cloud. Okay, now why this one is mandatory? Because when it will build, okay, it will looking for the class file where your class file is there. That's why I have mentioned my class file is available inside target slash classes. If you will go here, okay, target slash classes, here my class file is available. That's why I have mentioned here. Okay, now all these things is ready, but we have to write our logic to communicate with not AWS, it's Sonar cloud, right? So where I have to write, we have to create one more steps here. What I will write, you can go to here in action. Okay, new workflow, you can search here like Sonar. Okay, SonarQube or Sonar cloud, search. Yes, Sonar cloud is there. Just configure, click on this configure, then it will give some code. Okay, so here analyze with Sonar cloud. Okay, we can just copy this one, analyze with Sonar cloud, and we can paste here. Now so here it uses the Sonar source and Sonar cloud action, but it is not required. We will not use this one, but we have to use this Sonar token. Okay, because we need password. Sonar token is nothing but our password. So with this information, okay, all these things already I have given, like Sonar test not required. This one we can give like in pom.xml, and this project key already we have given, organization key already we have given. Okay, so only things we have to give this Sonar token, but before this one we have to build the project, right, with Maven. So we can go my site, you can just copy this one. Okay, this ambient clean install. Okay, this command you can just copy this one and go to your IntelliJ IDEA and paste it. Okay, now what it will do, when these steps will come, it will run command will execute. In the run command, what will be happen? Ambient clean verify. What it will do? It will create our jar file with Sonar. Okay, and we are passing the token. Okay, here you just now I saw you, right? So we have to pass this Sonar token. Okay, so here I have passed the Sonar token, but instead of hard code the Sonar token, I will keep the Sonar token in secret file. Okay, GitHub secret file. So how I will keep this token in GitHub secret file? Just go to your GitHub repository. Okay, GitHub repository. Click on these settings. Now click on the secret and variables. Click on action and new repository secrets. So here you can keep. This is Sonar token. I am giving same name. Okay, Sonar underscore token. But where will get this token? So go to your e-commerce site like Sonar Cloud. Okay, here token is not available. Maybe we need to create the token. Go to administrator. Okay, and general setting. Okay, it is not there. Information here also not there. My account. Okay, click on security. Yes, here we can create the token. Give the token name. Suppose this is my e-commerce service. Just copy this one. Okay, I am creating the token for this service. Generate token. Just copy this token. For reference purpose, I just keeping the token and go to my GitHub repository and add the secrets here. Add secrets. Now when the pipeline will execute, this pipeline will execute, it will read this token from this secret, GitHub secret. Okay, this one. Okay, now it is ready. So I just push my code. So git status. So these things we have to push. First git add dot. Okay, all the code goes to staging area. Now git commit hyphen m configure. Okay, configure related to Sonar. Okay, enter git push. Then what you will do? This is the basic task for every developer. Okay, so whenever you will changes the code, you will push your code into your feature branch. Go to the code, go to your branch. Okay, so here one commit ahead. Here if you click on this one, then create pull request. You have to click on this create pull request. Once the pull request successfully created, then someone will review your code and approve your code. Once it will approve, then here merge pull request button will be enabled. Okay, now it's enabled. Click on this one. Okay, then confirm merge. Once you will merge, our GitHub action will trigger, right? See, now the pipeline is running. So just click on this. See, now analyze with Sonar Cloud. These steps analyze with Sonar Cloud. Maybe, yeah, it's running. Let's see. Okay, it is failing. See, analyze with Sonar Cloud failing. Why it's failing? Okay, okay, only these steps is failing. Why? We have to check why it's failing. I'll go to till end and need to check why it's fail. Tests run, 1 failure, 0 errors. Java.net connection refused. Okay, so connection refuse is nothing but this is related to MySQL, right? So okay, yes, the driver has not received any packets. So why it is failing? You have set up the MySQL in your local, right? This is MySQL running in your local machine, and you have configured in application.yaml localhost, all these things. But when the GitHub action, okay, when the GitHub action will run, then here it is running on Ubuntu latest. Okay, so it is not able to find out where your MySQL is running and where what is the port number. It is not able to fetch the details. Okay, because you have mentioned this one, this is the root and this is the password and this is the host. So but this is not able to fetch by the workflow. Okay, so before that what we will do, I'll create one MySQL database and I'll give the information about the MySQL in database which is running on AWS. Okay, so don't confuse here. Before writing the code for AWS credential, I am creating the MySQL first because it's mandatory, because Sonar Cloud is searching that one. Okay, so almost all these steps completed, these upper steps already completed, but this is failing because of the MySQL. Okay, So what we will do, first of all, we will create MySQL database in AWS. But before that, make sure you have AWS account. Okay, I will go to the AWS, sign into console. Okay, when we will do sign into console, it will log in. Okay, so here Sonu underscore dev is my IAM user. You can create a different one IAM user, then you can log in. Okay, so here what we'll do, go to the RDS. Okay, Aurora and RDS. Here click on database. Okay, create database. Create, standard create, and MySQL. So step by step I'll tell you how we can create the database in AWS. Don't worry. So go to here. So scroll down, and I'm using free tier template, and this is single AZ. Okay, so here I can give the database. Okay, database hyphen one, it's fine. This is the master username. This is the username is admin, and the password is, what is the password? Yes, this is the master password you can create. Let's say I'm creating some password. Sonu has 1234. Okay, Sonu has 1234. Okay, now slowly goes down, and here I'm using DB T4G micro. Okay, the storage type 400 GB will allocate, not required that much. I'm using this GP3. Okay, 20 GB is fine. Now come down, additional storage configuration not required. Okay, yes, this one important, public access. So if you want to connect your database through your MySQL Workbench, then you should click on this yes. Okay, public access you have to give. Now one more thing, this one it's very important, VPC. In AWS has already default VPC. Okay, you can use that one. I am using this VPC. I have already there. For every AWS, one default VPC is there. You can create your own VPC, or you can use the default VPC. Okay. After some times, I'll explain how we can create VPC, how we'll create subnet, all these things I'll explain when we'll create the EC2 instance. Okay. So here, security group. So we can create a new security group here. I can give the security group as my custom. Okay, custom SG for DB. Okay, go down here, additional configuration. This is the database port number. Okay, and password. Okay, fine. Additional configuration, initial database name. This is important. We have to give the database name. Suppose my prod DB. Okay, DB. Just click on this. Okay, that's fine. Just create on database. Now it will take some time to create the database. You can see the connection details here. Like this is your username admin. I'm just copying this one. Go to your MySQL Workbench and click on this plus icon. Username is admin, and password you just copy this password. Okay, click on this one, password. Now we have to give the host name. So what is the host name? Go to here. So it will taking some time. Once the database will create, here endpoint is there. It will come some IP address. So let's wait. Yes, my database has successfully created. Okay, here endpoint is there. Just copy this endpoint and go to here, paste it. Just click on test connection. Okay, it is asking the password. Password is already I have written here. Just copy this one. Okay, paste password. Okay, see, successfully made the MySQL connection. Okay. Okay, I am giving some name, my prod DB. Okay, now open this database. Yeah, successfully I am connecting to my database. So now go to here, this steps is failed, right? So do one thing, just rerun this pipeline. Okay, rerun this job. Now setup job done, setup JDK 17 done. Now analyze Sonar Cloud. Let's see. Okay, this time also failed. Why? Last packet sent successfully to the driver. Okay, so here what is happening? We have created the database, right? But we have not set here. Still it is looking this one. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll create profile. So what is profile? So when you will run your application in your local or your dev environment, then the application configuration related DB is might be different, right? Different. So what you will do, we'll create different application file. And so suppose I'll create one application file for dev and one application file for prod. Okay, so here just copy this one, just copy and paste it, application hyphen dev. Okay, now one more. What happened? Okay, now I just copy one more, application hyphen prod. So when I'll run my application on my local, then I'll use this YAML file. When I'll run my application in production, I'll use this production YAML file. So here we have to give the connection related the AWS MySQL database, right? So what we'll do, remove the data source from here. Okay, not required. And in application dot dev YAML file, no need to give all these things. This is spring dot data source. Okay, remove this one. Same thing we have to give for prod, but we have to give, this is admin and password is sonu has 1234 and the URL is, go to database, copy this endpoint, this is the URL. Okay, but how we can activate which dev which YAML file should run? Then in application.yaml file we have to use, okay, we have to use profiles. Profiles spring.profiles.active. I'm using prod. Okay, let's run, do clean install. Yeah, still it is giving error. Test run 1, failure 0, error 1. Okay, one test case is failing. URL must start with JDBC. Okay, okay. So URL must start with JDBC. Go to your prod. Here, just copy this JDBC colon MySQL colon double slash and put it here. Then instead of localhost, I am using this one slash, okay, colon 3306 colon 3306 slash db name is, we have already give the db name is what, my db something, my prod db we have given. So we can check in configuration. Okay, search something db. So many db came. Yes, this is the db name, my prod db. Just copy this one and paste it here. Now do maven clean, install. Yes, now build is success. If I am running my application, the application also started. Yes, started on 8080. Okay, so here, so now I'll commit my code. Git add dot git commit hyphen m added profiles related code, then git push. Okay, git push. Okay, go to your GitHub repository here and click on code, click on your branch. Okay, this is one commit ahead. You can just create and pull request, create pull request. Okay, and merge pull request, confirm merge. Once the merge successful in GitHub action, this pipeline will trigger. Okay, now let's see what's happened. Okay, I guess now starting. Hikari pull 1 starting, not started yet. Why it's taking time? Okay, again it's giving error. Database JDBC URL connecting to data source Hikari null. Why? Connection timeout. Check why it's failing. So maybe this socket timeout connection. Okay, MySQL only problem. So we'll do one thing. Yeah, it's failing now. So maybe there is some security related issue is there. So go to your security groups. This is your security groups. Okay, click on this one, and here click on this security groups and edit inbound role. So now I am configure on the MySQL. Now create one more rule, search SSH. I am allowing my SSH also anywhere, save rules. Okay, now I'll try one more time. Okay, just refresh it, rerun the job. Let's see now it's connecting or not. Profile is active prod. Okay, let's see. So it should not fail now. Yes, the last packet sent successfully. Okay, driver has not received, but the driver has not received any packet. Okay, why? Jupyter engine. Okay, yes, only JDBC related we are getting. Hikari data source is null. Yeah, it's failed because of this Hikari only. We can do one thing. I will go to EC2 instance one more time and click this edit inbound role and create. So this is MySQL Aurora. Okay, for now I'll use this anyone IPv4, then save rules. Okay, let's see now. Go to here. Okay, just cancel it. How I'll cancel? Okay, cancel workflow. Okay, just rerun this job one more time. Okay, now any error? Okay, still it is running. Yeah, okay, yes, now it started. Okay, but okay, still it is running. Now it is able to connect to our EC2 MySQL database, which is running on AWS, but still it is failing. Why it is failing? Error, failed to execute goal over the Sonar Maven Sonar plugin : Sonar. you are running CI analysis while automatic analysis is enabled. Okay, actually whatever we are running as a CI analysis, but when we have configured this Sonar Cloud, automatic configuration already done, so we have to off this automatic one. Okay, do one thing, go to administrator, analysis method, and here this one, just disable this one. Okay, refresh it. Okay, now rerun this one. I click on build. Okay, yeah, database connected, application started to run. Okay, okay, I guess now it will successful. Yes, build is success. Just go to this here and click on this branch. Okay, here overall code is like this, and this is the new code. Okay, there is no issue is there, no duplication code, everything is good, and the build is pass also. Okay, so in this way we can integrate our code into a Sonar. So based on this picture we covered this upper one. So in GitHub action we are doing checkout source code, setup JDK, Maven build, Sonar Cloud, all these things we set up. Now what we will do, we'll create the Docker image. Okay, so once we'll create the Docker image, we'll push our Docker image to AWS ECR. ECR nothing but Elastic Container Registry. Okay, so we can push our Docker image to either Docker Hub also we can push, but we are using AWS, so we are using ECR. So inside the ECR also we can push our Docker image. Okay, so before pushing our image to the AWS ECR, first I have to connect my AWS account. Correct. So I have to write the code how we can connect to AWS account. So here in IntelliJ IDEA in deploy.yaml file we have to write here. But what we need to write? No need to remember. Okay. So just go here and click on action tab, and here click on new workflow and search Docker AWS. Okay. Yes, deploy to Amazon ECS. Just click on configure, and here you can get the code. So name is deploy to Amazon ECS. No, not this one. We can write like name is deploy to, okay, Amazon ECR. Now what we'll do, I just use this environment, and I'll copy this one on post. After this one I can write here, right here. Here these things we have to mention, like if I'll log into AWS, then which region I have to log in, what's the ECR repository, ECS service, ECR cluster, this one not required, we are not using the ECS now, only we are keeping our Docker image to ECR. Okay, so here this is jobs, this is the jobs, and checkout source code it is not required. See, configure AWS credential, we just copy this one. Okay, uses with, just copy this all these things till Amazon ECR build. Okay, till this one, just copy this one and paste it here. Okay, remove this one, I can paste it directly. Now what is saying, okay, why it is giving error with, okay, why it is giving invalid child element in a block mapping. What's the invalid? Name uses with, okay, it's correct only. Okay, make it as proper validation. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, perfect. Now I'll explain one by one. Here I'm using this one, configure AWS credential. Okay, so we are using this action, AWS action. Now when we will do the configure AWS credential, we have to use this access key, secret key and region. So using this we can able to connect to our AWS account. So that's why I have kept all this information here. Okay, or sometimes access key id, this is secret means we can store this access key in GitHub secret. This is also secret dot aws secret access key means this key also I will keep in GitHub secret store. Okay, and this AWS region env is nothing but environment, it will pointing to this one. Okay, which region? So if you'll go to my AWS account, this is my account. If you will click this one, then you can see this is AP Southeast 2. This is my region. Okay, AP Southeast 2. Okay, AP Southeast hyphen 2. AP hyphen Southeast hyphen 2. So this one we need to mention this region. We have to mention here. Okay, now the repository name. Okay, I'll tell you later this one. First complete this one. So when I'll connect to my AWS account, we need access key and this secret key and AWS region, these three things. So AWS region we got, like we are running on AP Southeast 2. Now we have to configure these things, two things, secret key and access key. So where I'll get the secret key and access key? Okay, go to your Amazon account, here search IAM. Okay, click on IAM and here if you'll go to this security, so one user is there, right? So yeah, click on one user, click on this username. Okay, and if you'll see here access key, this is the access key, and secret key actually it will create once. Let me create one more access key here. Okay, select others, then next, then give some tag like set description not required. Okay, create access. So here one download.csv file, you can download it. Okay, this is your access key and this is your secret key, and this secret key it will show only once, otherwise you can download .csv file. Okay, so here just copy this access key, copy files. Okay, no thanks, copy this one. Okay, copy secret file, and I am just, this is secret file, right, or access file, secret access key, yes, this is one. Okay, I just copy this one and paste it here, and just copy this access key. Okay, just copy this one, and this is my access key. So in this way we can get the access key and secret key. So better to download this one because secret key will not display anymore. Okay, so now go to here, we have to create this secret variable. Okay, just copy this one and go to the repository. Here go to the settings. Okay, and click on secret and variables, click on action, then new repository secret. Here create AWS access key id, yes, access key id. Now just copy this value and paste it here, add secret. Then one more secret is access key, sorry, secret access key. This is access key and this is secret access key. Okay, now create one more repository and paste it here, then AWS secret key, this is your secret access key. Copy this one, paste it here, add secret. Okay, now this is set up. I'll go here. Now we are able to connect the AWS account. But now thing is how we can connect to Amazon ECR. Okay, ECR nothing but Elastic Container Registry. So we are using this action to connect to Amazon ECR. Now in these steps we are using like we are building our Docker image and we are tagging in and we are pushing to Amazon ECR. So to connect to Amazon ECR, we have to mention the registry name, right? So this is the ECR registry. It will create automatically, and this image tag we can say, like we can say is the latest. Okay, so I'll show you how the image is creating. Okay, so when we are creating the ECR repository, actually this is not repository name. Okay, we have to give the ECR repository name. But before configure the ECR repository here, first of all we have to create the repository in AWS service. So go to AWS and search ECR. Okay, Elastic Container Registry. Yes, so here in ECR repository, create repository and give the name here. Okay, suppose I'm giving coding care slash, this is my e-commerce service, e-commerce service. Okay, so this is my repository name, and no need to do anything, just okay, image scanning. Okay, no need to do anything, just create it. Okay, now this coding care slash e-commerce service repository, this is our repository name. Just copy this name. Okay, now there is no image is available in this repository. See, this is our repository. In this repository our Docker image will be stored. Okay, so just copy this repository name and paste it here. So this is my ECR repository name. Now when at the time of build and create the image, so it will, I have mentioned the image tag as latest, because see, if you go here, click on this repository, see here some view push command is there. So click on this one. Here there are different command is there, like how you can create the Docker image, how you will build, how you will tag your image, and how you will run the command. Okay, push commands, all the command here is there. Like see, if you will check here, after the build is completed, tag your image. So tag your image means, see here, Docker tag coding care, this is my repository name colon latest. That's why I'm using this one, image tag as latest I'll give. Okay, so when it will run, these three commands will be trigger. First is Docker build command. Okay, so the Docker build command, see, ECR underscore registry, this one, that means it will come this coding care slash e-commerce service, all these things it will come. Okay, it will pointing to this one. Okay, now this ECR repository is nothing but our this one, coding care slash e-commerce service, and this colon image tag is nothing but latest. When the Docker image will be created, so the name like that only, latest something. Okay, I'll run this script once, then you can understand how the image is generating inside the ECR. Okay, so this is the push command. Okay, if we'll go to here, the push command is this one, docker push then registry. Okay, this is the registry, like okay, this is the registry, right? So how we'll get this registry? By using this one. When you will log in this output registry, then it will come as this one, it will come. Okay, now repository name, the repository name is nothing but this coding care slash e-commerce service colon tag image tag is nothing but latest. So in this way, by using this command only, they have given this type of script. Okay, so now we can do one thing, everything we have already set up, just commit the code, git add dot, then git commit -m added uh, configuration related ECR. Okay, then git push. Okay, now I'll go to here and go to GitHub repository, go to code and switch to your branch. So create pull request. Why it's not coming? Okay, it will take some time or what? Okay, create, discuss and review the changes. Okay, anything is there? 3 commit behind of main. Okay, but oh, it is not commented. Why? GitHub push protection result the following violation. Okay, so we can do one thing. It is not pushing because of the violation issue, so we should remove these things. Okay, because this is password protected, so we should not reveal the password. Okay, so go to terminal again, git commit -m. Okay, remove password. Okay, now git push. Okay, now it's successfully pushed. So go to your code, just refresh it. Yes, now one commit ahead. Just create pull request and create pull request here. Okay, once they will give the approve, then you can merge the pull request. Now yes, so go to the action. Here we can check whether our workflow is running or not. So click on build. Yeah, now analyze with source Sonar Cloud. Yes, analyze with Sonar Cloud, build success. Now I'm able to log in with AWS. See, AWS with credential, login to Amazon ECR also successful. But build tag and push image, it is failed. So if I'll go to the Amazon ECR, just refresh it. Okay, there is no image because here this step is failed. We have to check why this step is failed. Okay, so here error is process completed, failed to build, failed to solve, failed to read Dockerfile. Okay, so yes, I just forget it. We have to, when we'll create the Docker image, we have to create the Docker file. Why the Docker file is needed? Because when you are creating the Docker image, you have to mention the Docker image what it will do. So when we'll run the image, we have to mention like the Java 17 it's required, and it will run on port number 8080 or whatever, and it will read the jar from this folder. So all these things we have to give the command inside the Docker file. If I want the installation some Python, then we have to mention the Python script inside the Docker file. So everything we have to write inside the Docker file. So here in project, in here like in root level, we have to create the new file and we have to give the name as same like Docker file, like that. Okay, Docker file. So I am making as D as a capital Docker file. Okay, cancel it. So here inside the Docker file we have to give the information like where the jar file is there. Okay, and where it will run, what is the port number. Okay, all these things we have to mention here. So do one thing, go to my site here, click on AWS. Here Docker image guide for Spring Boot, click on this one. Here just copy this code. Okay, and I'm pasting it. Think that like Docker file is a set of instruction to create the Docker image. Okay, whatever instruction required, that instruction we are giving inside the Docker file. So based on the Docker file, it will create the Docker image. So I'm using this Java 17 and my working directory is /app. Okay, and the copy jar, we are copy the jar from this target folder to this any name, this one I can give, but this working directory is /app. Okay, so that it is easy to run an Docker. When we'll run an EC2 instance and when we'll create the Docker container, then it is easy to create this work directory automatically. Okay, then our project is running on 8080 and the entry point is this one. That means this command will run or this command will execute, like how we are running our jar file, java space hyphen jar space and jar name. The jar name whatever you gave this one, this same jar name we have to mention here also. Okay, and one more time we have to commit git add dot git commit hyphen m added docker file, then git push. Okay, git pull successfully happen. Now I'll go to my code, select my feature branch and click on this one commit ahead, create pull request, then click on create pull request. Every time you have to do like this only. Okay, merge pull request. Yeah, pull request, merging pull request successfully. Go to action and click on merge pull request, click on build. Okay, let's see. Okay, login to ECR, configure AWS credentials successful, login to ECR successful. Now it is building and tagging and pushing the image to ECR. Once it will successful, we will check in ECR. Okay, whether our Docker image is created or not in this here. Okay, yes, this is successful now. Now the build is successful. Let's check. Go to ECR. See here repository. Select here repository only and see the image tag is latest. So now the successfully we are creating the Docker image inside the Amazon ECR. So I'll go to this image. Okay, and so now this upper part is completed. Now we successfully configure AWS credential, log into Amazon ECR and build Docker image. Now only one step is pending, that is deploy to EC2. So this step I will explain in my next video because already so much time we have taken for this configuration. Okay, only last part, this one it's pending. This is also, it will take time because we have to create EC2 and I'll explain like how we can create subnet, how we can create VPC and how we can create internet gateway and how we can routing all these things, how we'll configure the route table, all these things we have to explain. Okay, then after that we have to understand how we'll create EC2 instance in AWS. Once we'll create EC2 instance, then through our pipeline we have to write the code to read the Docker image from the ECR. Then we are deploying into AWS EC2 instance. I'll do the automatic job, this one. So keep watching. If you like my video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.